The Book of Judges, Chapter 1. The situation in Canaan following the Israelite conquest. Canaanites in Palestine, after the death of Joshua, the Israelites consulted the Lord, asking, "Who shall be first among us to attack the Canaanites and to do battle with them?" The Lord answered, "Judah shall attack. I have delivered the land into his power." Judah then said to his brother, we'll find out. Okay. Simon, come up with me to the territory allotted to me, and let us do battle with the Canaanites. And I likewise go with you to the territory allotted to you. So Simeon went with him. When Judah attacked, the Lord delivered the Canaanites and Perizzites into their powers, and they struck down 10,000 of them in Bezek. They came upon the Adonabezek in the Bezek and fought against him. When they struck down the Canaanites and Perizzites, Adonabezek fled. They pursued him, and when they caught him, they cut off the thumbs and big toes. Ooh. 70 kings said Adonabezek used to pick up scraps under my table with their thumbs and big toes cut off. As I have done, so has God repaid me. He was brought to Jerusalem, and he died there. The Judahites fought against Jerusalem, captured it, and put it to the sword, setting the city itself on fire. Afterward, the Judahites went down to fight against the Canaanites who lived in the mountain region in NAB and the foothills. Judah also marched against the Canaanites who lived in Hebron, which was formerly called Kiriath Arba, and defeated Sheshai, Ahiman, and Tamali. Okay. They marched from there against the inhabitants of Debir, which was formerly called Kiriath Sepher. Caleb said, "To the man who attacks Kiriath Sepher and captures it, I will give my daughter Aksah in marriage." Othniel captured it, the son of Caleb's younger brother Kenaz. So Caleb gave him his daughter Aksah in marriage. When she came for him, she induced him to ask her father for some land. Then as she alighted from donkey, Caleb asked her, "What do you want?" She answered, "Give me a present. Since you have put me in the land of Negeb, give me pools of water." Okay. So Caleb gave her what she wanted, both upper and lower pool. The descendants of Hobab the Kenite, Moses' father-in-law, came up with the Judahites from the city of palms to the wilderness of Arad, which is in Negeb, and they settled among the Amalekites. Then Judah went with his brother Simeon, and they defeated the Canaanites who lived in Zephath. They put the city under ban and renamed it Hormath. Judah captured Gaza with its territory, Ashkelon with its territory, Ekron with its territory, and Ashdod with its territory. The Lord was with Judah, and they gained possession of the mountain regions, but they could not dispossess those who lived on the plain because they had iron chariots. As Moses had commanded, they gave Hebron to Caleb, who then drove 3 sons of Anak away from there. As for the Jebusites dwelling in Jerusalem, the Benjamites did not dispossess them, so that the Jebusites live with the Benjamites in Jerusalem to the present day. The house of Joseph, too, went up against Bethel, and the Lord was with them. The house of Joseph reconnoitered Bethel, which is formerly called Luz. The scouts saw a man coming out of the city and said to him, "Tell us the way in the city, and we will show you mercy." He showed them the way into the city, and they put the city to the sword, but they let the man and his whole clan go free. The man then went to the land of Hittites, where he became a city. He built the city, he called it Luz, which it is named to this day. Manasseh did not take possession of Beth-shean with its towns, or Tanakh with its towns, nor did they dispossess The inhabitants of Dor and its towns, those of Ibleam and its towns, or those of Megiddo and its towns. The Canaanites continued to live in this district. When Israel grew stronger, they conscripted the Canaanites as laborers, but did not actually drive them out. Ephraim did not drive out the Canaanites living in Gezer, and the Canaanites lived among them in Gezer. Nor did Zebulun dispossess the inhabitants of Kitron or those of Nahalal. The Canaanites lived among them and became forced laborers. Nor did the Asher dispossess the inhabitants of Akko or those of Sidon, or take possession of Mahaleb, Akzib, Pelva, Afik, or Rehob. So the Asherites settled among the Canaanites, inhabitants of the land, for they had not dispossessed them. Nor did Naphtali drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh, or of Bethana. They settled among the Canaanite inhabitants of the land, and the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh and Beth Anath became forced laborers for them. The Amorites hemmed in the Danites in the mountain region, not permitting them to come down on the plain. So the Amorites continued to live in Har-Hiriz, Ajalon, and Shalbim, but the power of the house of Joseph grew, and they were conscripted as laborers. The territory of the Amorites extended from the Akrabim Pass, from Salah and upward.